Let's talk some chess. This is game 2 in the series. We're covering the final match of the FIDE World Cup of chess. In game 1 of the 25-minute games, Magnus pulled out a win with the black pieces because Pragg was quite low on time. So now Pragg with the black pieces has to win against Magnus to advance to the next sort of tie-break round. If it's a draw or Magnus wins, then everything's over and Magnus has won his first FIDE World Cup. So those are the stakes. Magnus opens this up with e4. We have c5 by Pragg, the Sicilian defense, c3 by Magnus, which is what I like to play often. It prepares this d4 move, and then sort of has an idea of controlling the center. Pragg just plays knight to f6, attacking this e4 pawn, so e5 attacking the knight right back. Knight to d5, knight to f3, knight to c6, d4, sort of that move we talked about earlier. C takes on d4, and instead of pawn takes back, first this nice intermezzo, bishop to c4, attacking the undefended knight on d5. So the knight has to move, knight to b6, attacking the bishop back, bishop retreats to b3, and now d6 by Pragg. E takes on d6, queen takes on d6, kingside castle for Magnus. I note that Pragg is up a pawn. He does have this extra pawn, but as we'll see, Magnus has a way of sort of dealing with this. Here we have bishop to f5 by Pragg. And the proper move here, the move that the engine recommends, is actually just bishop to e6 instead of f5. But the problem with this is that it essentially forces Magnus to make a bishop trade. So bishop takes, queen takes, and Pragg needs to keep as many pieces on the board as possible because he needs to go for winning chances. So sometimes the best move is a boring move, and Pragg has to play exciting moves because he needs to win. He cannot draw this game, so instead he plays bishop to f5. But now we have knight takes on d4. Attacking the bishop on f5. So knight takes back on d4, c takes on d4, and now e6 by Pragg, opening up a lane for his dark squared bishop. We have knight to c3, bishop to e7, queen to f3, and kingside castle by Pragg, and now d5 by Magnus, pushing on with this pawn and sort of getting some ideas with this light squared bishop on b3. Bishop to g6, d takes on e6, f takes on e6, and now you have to be a bit careful because this pawn is pinned by the bishop to the king, and this is a very powerful bishop on this long diagonal. So queen to e2, adding even more pressure to this pawn, so now the pawn is attacked twice, and you certainly don't want to lose it with tempo, so Pragg just moves his king to h8 to get out of this x-ray of the bishop on b3. But now you have queen to e6 by, queen takes on e6 by Magnus, and this allows Magnus to go up a pawn, and also offers a queen trade, which Pragg reluctantly accepts. Queen takes, and now bishop to c5 by Pragg, trying to get some sort of counterplay, adding some pressure to this f2 pawn, but now just bishop to e3 by Magnus, challenging the bishop here. And again, here you pretty much have to trade. If you try to save your bishop, then I don't know, even maybe bishop to d6 looks better, but now bishop to d4, and now Magnus has a very comfortable position to play with these two bishops just roaming freely on these powerful diagonals. So Pragg trades, bishop takes on e3, f takes on e3, rook f to e8 by Pragg, attacking the undefended bishop on e6, but of course Magnus just retreats back to b3. The bishop is very cozy on b3 and has been very, useful on the square throughout the game. Rook takes on e3, Pragg wins the pawn back, but now rook a to e1, and here Pragg captures on e1, but then after he made this move, offered a draw, and Magnus accepted the draw, and in so doing won the FIDE World Cup of Chess. So congratulations to Magnus, the FIDE World Cup of Chess champion. The idea here is that Magnus is going to take back, of course, and now you have the exact same material, almost a mirror image. I mean, you have two light squared bishops. The pawns are balanced on both sides. There are two on the king side and the queen side, and of course this will be played to a draw with the player. With players of this level of quality, and there's no real winning chance here for Pragg. So Pragg realized this and offered draw, and the game ended, and with it the match, and with it the tournament. Of course, it's an incredible result for Pragg to defeat so many high-level players and make it to the final. He also, in addition to having a great run, he qualifies for the Candidates Tournament, which will be a tournament to decide who will face Ding Liren in the next World Chess Championship. Magnus, I don't think, will be playing in that tournament, but Magnus does walk away with the trophy from today's match. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the coverage of this FIDE World Cup of Chess. We'll be going back to some more historical games after this because the tournament is over, but it's definitely been fun to see some of the awesome play from the world's top players, and definitely some amazing newcomers, Pragg chief among them. So thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop subscribe. Let me know of other games you'd like me to review, and we'll see you next time.